All right, hello, and welcome to another match in round one of the Super Mario Bros. Any Percent Tournament brought to you by GSA. I'm joined with our co-commentator, Skyhoppers, myself. I am
Hello.
Mini Corey. Scott, how's it going? All right. Well, today we have a race between Gunlap and Jack Ringle. I believe we have both of the players in here for a pre-game interview. Runners, how are you feeling?
Nervous.
Nervous. Good.
Cool, calm, and collected.
Oh, okay. I see a difference immediately.
So, what kind of strats are we going to be looking at here? Gunlap, you have a 458 as a PB, which is very impressive. Are we going to be seeing 458 strats or maybe something a bit safer?
Since it's first round, I don't want to risk anything. I'll run through the whole level, but I'll be doing some left strats. I'll have to press left. I won't be running through the whole level if I was going for a 458 or a 457.
Makes sense. How about you, Jack? Are you going to go gunning for a PB or play it a little safe?
I think depends on the situation. I might be going for just sub 530. Might be going for PB strats, maybe even sub 5 strats. Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying out a few different things, seeing what works best. So
right on.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. We have a best of 9 for you today, so there's plenty of room for things to go horribly wrong and then still be fixed.
I believe that's 5 wins, right?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
First, 5 wins will take this match.
Alrighty.
All right, well, if we have no further questions, I think we're about ready to get going here. I can have you two hop out of the call, and then we can
Awesome.
begin our countdown soon.
All right. Good luck to both runners.
All right.
So, Skyhoppers, I see you in this bracket as well. You have not done your round 1 match yet, but how are you feeling going into yours? Do you have a schedule yet or anything?
Yeah, well, I was scheduled for Wednesday, but GSA has changed their schedule a little bit, so it'll be sometime in the next week after.
Okay.
Yeah, I am excited because I hadn't known much about any percent racing before this tournament, but the strats that people have been pulling out in the first round, I've already tried to incorporate into my own runs.
Okay.
So it's going to be exciting.
Are you expecting to see different strats? I mean, beyond just taking things a little bit safer, were there strats that you didn't even know, you never see in a run, but you do see in a race? Did anything like that ever?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
We'll see if they collect power-ups. If they do, they're probably going to be going for the strats that Xerox Fiend and Kaku52 have gone for so far this tourney.
Mm-hmm. Oh, looks like we are.
Which I'm very impressed by. All right, here we go.
Awesome. Now, these are going to be some lightning fast matches, best of 9. Get our players synced up here.
Looks like none of them are going up for the power-up strats.
Yeah, I did watch a match yesterday where a player did opt to go for the fire flower strats, and I don't believe he ended up winning, or maybe he did. No, I can't remember, but I think it seems viable. I mean, you do obviously lose some time, but a little bit of a hiccup up the stairs there for Gunlap.
All right, both of them having a bit of trouble with 1-1, but looks like we're going to be synced up now.
Yeah, there we go. I also noticed that we have to do a little bit of funkiness with timers in SMB because time starts as soon as you have control of Mario, correct?
Yes.
So you kind of have to, some runners start a certain number of frame rolls after reset compared to others just for certain patterns that they might try to get.
And Jack takes a death into the pit. So this is a quick lead for Gunlap here.
Wow, yeah, immediately. Gunlap taking a little bit slow on the pipes, but he's got the room now.
Oh, and then
another death. Wow. Death. I think those nerves are getting to him that he was just talking about before the match. He needs to find his equilibrium here and turn it into
possibly something. Although that jump is actually very precise. It looks simple, but it's easy to mess up even for talented runners.
Definitely.
As Gunlap makes it through 4-1, which by just about anyone's opinion is the easiest level in the run. Yeah, he went for a crazy glitch at the end there. Didn't quite get it.
Oh, did he attempt a flagpole glitch there?
He did, yes. It would have only saved a third of a second, but
And you end up
Yeah.
losing time if you don't get it right. At this point.
yeah,
Yeah.
but only about a second at most.
Right.
Jack, I'm sure will have no problems. 4-1. Gunlap going for 4-2. Gets the optimal 3-bump method to do the wrong warp. Misses the pipe.
Oh no! And he goes into the warp. So what do you do here? You just die and start over?
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
game over and start at the start of 4-1. So this gives
This-
Jack a great opportunity to catch up.
Wow. I was gonna say, yeah, there's a checkpoint here, so you have to game over completely.
Yes.
Man, very
That is
big
a-
mistake.
About the worst thing that can happen in any percent race. And
That's
Jack with the accidental power-up grab. Interesting.
yeah. I was
See
gonna say
how
that's
it
one
feels
thing I've
with that.
noticed with the fire flowers. You can do a sort of a zip strat if you're Big Mario here. And
Yes.
Is that enough? I don't know what it is. I think he's just gonna die and give it another go. I wonder about almost just going for regular, not wrong warp 4-2, in a race.
Yeah, I mean, it's only about 6 seconds slower. So in a race setting, it's not a terrible idea considering,
Yeah. No,
as
so
you can
wait,
see. Oh,
Jack at 1 win. What did I miss there?
it looks like Jack probably messed up the continue code, which allows you to start at the beginning of the world in which you game overed.
Yeah.
But it looks like he might have messed that up and has to just start the whole run over.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
it's from what we've
Interesting
seen,
things
it's not
afoot.
necessarily over. Yeah, we'll see what Gunlap can do. This 4-2's looking pretty good if he stays backwards here.
being
Seems
very
good.
careful, and he
Yeah,
gets the
okay.
wrong
He
word.
does get it.
Very.
And I
well
thought
done
I
there.
thought where Jack had died. Oh, another death in 1-2. I thought where Jack had died, he would just start at the beginning of 4-1 or at 4-2, and there was no worry of a game over. Oh, but he had died multiple times in 1-2, so he did just
Yep.
actually game over there from that death. Wow.
All right, let's see how Gunlap takes 8-1, the longest level in the game, not just the run in the whole game. Very difficult if you're going for pipe jumps, but you can take it safe and have a little less issue with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that looks like what he's doing here. We see him kind of taking some segments of this a little bit slower, make sure he doesn't hit any of these piranha plants or anything.
Yep. Jack is back in World 4. All right,
Solid finished 8-1.
192 on the timer is very good for safe strats like that.
Yeah, that's another thing you need to pay attention to when you're doing these races and you're doing safe strats. It's like you don't want to end up with fireworks at the end of any level. And if you have to take something slow because you're concerned, you really want to be mindful of that timer when you get near the end of the level.
True. That's especially relevant in 8-3. If you go through that level as fast as possible, you'll get a 3 on the timer, which plays an animation wasting a few seconds.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Big Mario for Jack and here. His bumps are looking good.
Gunlap makes it through 8-2 despite a couple little bumps.
Jack should be good here. Yep.
All right, and Gunlap into 8-3.
Oh, no wall jump for Jack there. That's funny.
Handles those hammer bros nicely. He does not know what they're gonna do. You can, it's possible to know if you know exactly what frame rule you're on.
That's something I wanted to bring up too. Like when you're doing a rate, when you're doing PB attempts, you're trying to shave a frame rule or two off. You kind of know what the patterns are going to be when you're ahead of your PB and you're this late in a run. But when you're in a race, anything can happen. I mean, he's at a totally different time, so to deal with that.
Meanwhile, oh, Jack goes for a pipe jump and misses it. Gunlap into 8-4. In great position to win this first race.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for him, but still
See
needs
if he gets
4
the
more
wall
wins
jump.
after that. Oh, he does.
And he gets
Nice.
the wall jump.
Oh no! Meanwhile, Jack falling on the stairs.
Unfortunate. Alright, Gunlap entering the water section. See, it can be easy to mess up the inputs here and take a death.
Looking good though. Lost a little bit of speed.
Very clean.
Touching the ground there for Just a couple of frames, but otherwise very
For a
strong.
race, very clean water section. Oh, tricky Bowser, but he gets through.
Awesome,
Looks like
alright.
it was probably a 6:44 on the timer for Gunlap, and he takes this first race. As Jack,
Wow, what a wild
Again.
first run for both runners here.
I know. That was interesting. You saw about everything that could have gone wrong in 4-2.
Yeah. That's
Um,
very interesting.
but they made it through. All right, looks like Jack is going to reset. His timer's still going, but I am sure we're going to move on to the second match in this best of 9.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a pretty interesting first race. Both players more than a minute off their PB.
Yeah, I mean, this is Super Mario Bros. Any percent is an interesting category to race because when you're going for PB attempts, you're going to be extremely risky because resets don't waste much time because it's so short of a run.
Right.
In races, you pretty much have to change everything what you do in each level.
Yeah, it seems it kind of almost takes you back to like when you're learning the game and you're doing everything slow or safe anyway.
True.
Where yeah, you have to worry about the RNG on every stage and you have to like kind of wing it a lot because things aren't consistent. You can't be as risky.
Yeah, it sounds like Jack is having just a bit of a technical issue. I'm sure it won't be too much longer before we get our second race started.
I think we should end up being okay here. Yeah, it looks like he was having issues with his continue code. I'm not sure exactly what would cause issues with that, but
Me neither. An interesting fact that a lot of people who played this game as a kid had no idea about is that when you game over, if you hold A and press start, you'll be warped back to the beginning of the world in which you game over. This makes beating the game quite a bit easier than if you had to go through all 8 worlds on just one set of lives. I'm not sure how that can go wrong. Potentially something in the game can
yeah, what
cause
an
it to
odd.
not work.
Yeah, I'm interested. It doesn't seem like it's a version thing or anything like that, so I don't know.
Yeah, not as far as I know. But it looks like we are about to get started on our
Alright.
second race, even though Jack's timer is still going from the
We'll
first
see if
one.
he resets the timer. Yeah, we'll be good here.
All right. And we are off once again.
See if we're a little bit more synced this time. For now, we'll just get it synced up for you guys.
Gunlap with a 379 in the underground section. Not quite optimal, but good enough for this setting for sure.
Definitely.
As we wait to get synced up.
See what sync we can get here. Oh, beautiful.
Jack with a 380 on the timer. That's the best he
In the
can
lead.
do. So he will be leading.
Gunlap going for flagpole glitch again. He really wants it.
If Gunlap had gotten that flagpole glitch, they would have been exactly tied, despite the slower underground
Right.
section. As it stands, though, Jack has a couple second lead going into 1-2.
But as we can see, anything can happen in these races.
Absolutely.
Something goes wrong, it's not a reset anymore. It's like, now you gotta figure out what you're doing. Oh no, and then death for Jack. We'll see if Gunlap can take advantage of this lead that he's been given.
And he's having no issues with 1-2 as Jack takes a safer strat through that first area on the second try.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of just using that Koopa shell in a race there.
Me too.
I think it seems like a really good plan.
All right, gets through 1-2 on his second try into 4-1, which is again the easiest level in the game. Nothing should go wrong for either runner in this
Yeah,
level.
I really hope not. We'll just see who can get more coins.
Oh, he almost gets the flagpole
That
glitch.
was very
Gunlap
close.
does. He clipped into the block, but probably didn't press the jump button at quite the right time. It is a frame perfect trick. In fact, requires, I believe, 5 frame perfect inputs.
Yeah, insane to even get that close in just like a race scenario, or really in any scenario. The trick is just
Absolutely.
mind-blowing, really.
All right, going for the same optimal 3-bump method. Not quite. Gonna take a slightly slower method.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that looks good, right?
And yep.
Okay, beautiful.
All right.
Jack hitting
Doesn't
the mushroom again. Oh, maybe he wants it. Maybe he's doing this on purpose each time. We were thinking it was accidental.
All right, a little bit of a hiccup for Gunlap
Jack
in the warp zone, but
Needs
it's
some bumps
easy.
here. Looks like he
I
has.
think he's safe.
He decides
Oh.
he isn't.
He decided
Yeah.
he wasn't confident enough.
And I do see it's always different for us to tell because we have, you know, differently cropped feeds, but I know that once you're in the spot, you can kind of look at the edges of your game screen and look at like the patterns on the bricks and tell if you're going to get it or not. So I think he just kind of knew that it wasn't going to be possible for him there. Looks like he's just going safe strats here. A little bit harder is Big Mario. More precise.
Oh, and I don't know. Okay. Interesting way to work those blocks there. That is the
Yeah,
intended method of getting to this warp zone.
Definitely.
Meanwhile, Gunlap through 8-1 using slightly slower strats than optimal, but doesn't die as a result.
Exactly.
So as it stands, Gunlap is about a level ahead of
Yeah.
Jack.
Oh, it looks like he's going for some power-up action here. Okay, immediately
Oh.
losing it. All right. Well, should be okay.
Jack taking the 1-up in 8-1. Very smart. Oh, Tricky Koopa makes it through.
All right.
So I would guess that Gunlap tried to get that mushroom to make 8-3 a little bit easier.
But
However,
unfortunately, it
he
did not work
lost
out
it.
for him.
Didn't quite work.
There is one in this stage, but probably not one he wants to go for.
Yeah, we'll see. It's in this first section right here.
Yeah, it's like a
Nah, he's just gonna
It's
run
much
right
better
by
to
it.
just run past the Hammer Bros, in my opinion. Otherwise, you might end up, even if you get it, you might end up in the same situation as you did before, where you just lose it immediately. Oh, you get killed by the Hammer Bro. Okay. Giving
That is
Jack a chance to
exactly
catch up
why.
here. Still about a stage ahead, though, but the gap is closing. Another death. Man.
And this is the beast that is 8-3. There's so many things that can go wrong if you don't know just what's going to happen.
Good time to duck there by Jack. I like that.
Now, it's very important that he clears it on this life, Dunlap, because if he loses one more life, he'll be sent back to 8-1. Oh, and he just makes it through. Very clutch.
All right. Really doesn't want a death here in 8-4, especially. We'll see what.
Meanwhile, Jack is going on to 8-3. All right, handling the first screen nicely. Whoa! Jack has the great quick kill on the
Oh,
hammer
wow.
over there to not lose his power up. Oh,
Oh, does
loses
lose
it
it.
there.
Good that he had it.
Gets the wall jump for the second straight time.
All right.
Very clean looking turnaround room.
Solid 8-3 for Jack, but
enters 8-4.
yeah, this might not be enough for him, though. It's looking like Gunlap's going to be able to close this unless something goes real wrong.
All right, through the water section.
We'll see how these Podoboos treat him. All right.
And Gunlap
Good.
takes
Okay.
in 2. Jack going for the wall jump, not quite getting it.
Much closer this time, though.
Yes,
for
this was a
race.
very solid. Oh,
By the...
terrible luck.
Wow.
That happens no more than 1 every 10 times you go through that room. I don't have the exact stats on that, but as a runner myself, it doesn't happen too often.
Yeah.
Looks like Jack is going to try and finish up 8-4.
Yeah, sounds good. Get some closure on this run. Oh, okay, he's good.
Okay. He's making us nervous. Going for the unset up wall jump, which would have been very difficult. Alright, into the
Looking
water
good so
section.
far. I think Gunlap just getting in some practice hours before this next race starts.
Never a bad idea.
Oh, I think he's just trying to clip through this pipe here.
All right. Oh, and Jack finished it up as well with just
All
past
right.
7 minutes on the timer. He actually got the ideal Bowser pattern, but where you can run right under him, but pulled back anyway.
Yeah, it's hard to know for sure, especially if you're in the moment.
All right, so Gunlap takes a 2-0 lead, but Jack in this race certainly showed he has the potential to make this interesting.
Absolutely. Looks like we're getting going here once more. These are just nonstop, back to back. I mean, this is lightning fast, blink and you'll miss it. Already on game 3 of this best of 9 series.
Kind of representative of what it's like to run this game in the first place. So
Yeah,
quick
exactly.
and so packed with action. I'm gonna pause Jack's screen for a sync.
Sync our
There we
games up a little bit here.
Both with a 379.
Lined up pretty well. No flagpole glitch attempts this time for Gunlap.
And because of the way this game functions, it only checks if you've completed a level every 21 frames. So right now we can know that they are exactly 21 frames apart. I thought that they would be exactly tied, but it looks like Gunlap was just fast enough to get that extra frame roll. Is what that 21 frame. Oh, and
Oh
Jack
no, a
falls
death
to
from
the
Jack.
falling Goomba.
I don't think he's had a 1-2 without a death yet. It happened in the other
No,
two races, and now this one.
unfortunately. Even though
Hopefully he
it's
can
an
find his
early
way
level.
here. It's one of the hardest in the entire run, for sure.
Absolutely. Oh, and Gunlap gets caught on the pipe in 4-1. So that'll be a rare time loss in this level for him.
Absolutely. Oh. Jack not quite making it to the warp pipe. Alright, Gunlap gonna make his way into 4-2. Hopefully the wrong warp treats him well. Jack going for a 1-up there, and then immediately taking a death.
That was unfortunate. A smart move to go for the 1-up, but the Lakitu at the top is only not a problem when you keep running. If you stop for a moment, it becomes difficult to get through the spinies.
Absolutely.
Alright. Gunlap going for a safer method to get the wrong warp to work.
Yeah, and
Gets
it's
it.
beautiful. Alright,
And
looking
he's
solid
on
for
to
him.
World 8. Meanwhile, Jack is coming into 4-2. We'll see how he attempts the wrong warp this time. Okay, yeah, it looks like he is. I'm not sure what the strat exactly is for using Big Mario there.
I don't think it's part of the wrong warp. I think it's just a good time to grab a mushroom.
Makes sense.
I think
That's right,
he doesn't want the 1 and 1-1 because he doesn't want to deal with crouching and whatnot through 1-2. So he just opts to get that one.
The great thing about these races is that there's so many different strategies that you can take.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
more people you watch, the more you learn. Gunlap with another
pipe there.
Gunlap with another strong, safe 8-1.
Jack's looking pretty good so far.
Meanwhile, Gunlap takes a safety mushroom in 8-2.
At the same time, Jack loses his to the piranha plants. Went for a pipe jump and didn't quite get it.
Oh,
Is he going
Gunlap's
for?
going for
Oh no. Oh no, and a death at the very end of 8-1 for Jack.
Many would say
Not
those
very
are the
good.
trickiest stairs in the game. 8-1, so easy to die there if you time your jump just a little bit wrong.
Yep.
Gunlap just keeps looking stronger and stronger. Very
Yeah, he's
clean
really
kill of
flying.
those two Hammer brothers. Oh, and I believe this is a game over for Jack. Let's see.
Yikes.
Potentially the continue code works for him this time.
So strange that it might just not be working.
I know. It looks like potentially he's just going to be forfeiting this race. Either wasn't confident that it would work or just figured his Gunlap's lead was a bit too much. Meanwhile, Gunlap made it through 8-3 without losing the mushroom. Means he had a very clean 8-3. Going for wall jump once again. Can he be 3 for 3? Not quite.
Oh no. That's alright though. He's gonna make his way through the water section here.
And the water section is actually trickier with if you're Big Mario like that.
Now I know
See
there's
how
a
he
glitch you can do.
handles
Looks like he didn't do it, but if I'm not mistaken, you can hold down as you're going through the pipe, or as you're coming out of the pipe, and Mario will actually crouch for 1 frame. And then if at that point he'll look like Big Mario swimming, but he'll have the hitbox of a crouch or a small Mario.
All right, and
It looks like he's good
Gunlap
there.
finishes with a great race time of 5:14.
Yeah, very
He has
good.
improved every match so far.
Needs to squeeze out 2 more wins here. We'll get our players ready and fly into the 4th game of this series.
All right, and for those that are curious why Gunlap just went to World 4, that is our cheat prevention method for this tournament. After finishing every race, the runners are told which world to go to, which you can choose which world to go to after beating the game, and they don't know until they finish the race. So it just proves beyond reasonable doubt that Gunlap is performing this in real time.
Awesome. Yeah, I forgot that that's what we had gone with for the our cheat prevention method. I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah,
it's so hard to find
very
another
clever.
time somebody do something during a run. So this works out really well.
Right, and we're about ready to start the 4th game in this best of 9 between Gunlap and Jack Ringel.
All right. Get our runners synced up here. Perfect. 380, 379. So a minor lead for Jack here, or for Gunlap here.
I was hoping he would go for flag flip. If he had, it would have been the best, or tied for the best a human has ever done 1-1. In fact, even the TAS is only exactly as fast due to the frame rule system. However, plays it safe.
Not the worst
About-
decision, but it would have been cool to see.
And I believe he will have a exactly 21 frame lead going into 1-2.
And Jack going for the safe strats immediately in 1-2. Do not blame him. Looking pretty good so far. Hopefully he can carry through. And it looks good. All right. Both these players neck and neck through 1-2. Jack's going to lose a little bit of time. Oop, falling down the pole. Oh, no. All right. Lose a little bit of time from the shell strats and also the bad maneuvering through the fork zone. But both players in 4-1 here.
Alright, we'll see. Jack opts not to go for the 1-up mushroom this time, probably due to what happened last time, losing the life.
Oh no! Get hung up on the stairs and takes a death from it. Now Jack is in the lead going into 4-2.
All right.
This is what Jack is looking for. This is his opportunity.
I'm sure Gunlap is a bit frustrated by that. When doing any percent runs of this game, deaths in 4-1 are extremely rare, and unfortunately he also gets a 3 on the timer. If you'll watch this animation that plays after the countdown, wastes about a second and a half.
A lot of room here. Jack doing a 4-bump wrong warp, guaranteed to get through that pipe. Looking pretty
Very
good
well
for him.
done.
He can just hold it together here. Ooh, hung up on the edge. There we go, made it through.
Gunlap also with a safer strategy to get the wrong warp in 4-2.
And 8-1 looking pretty good for Jack so far. Doesn't have a safety mushroom this time, but it's looking solid.
See, he's gone for this pipe jump a lot. Gonna play it safe.
Definitely, yeah. I think he's gone for it in the past when he had the big Mario, so don't blame him for just hanging out for a second there, making sure he gets it.
For those confused as to what we mean by pipe jumps, it's possible to land on the lip of a pipe and jump off, even when a piranha plant is right there, but it's very precise and takes a lot of practice. Even top runners still fail it every once in a while.
Definitely.
All right, Jack maintains his lead into 8-2.
Looking good for him.
While Gunlap with a 195 on the timer, which was, he'll gain about a second, therefore, over Jack's 192 on the timer.
Oh no, and a death for Jack here. Jumps a little bit too far into the gap there. Still 2 lives remaining for him, so not having to worry about a game over, but at this point he's behind Gunlap now in this stage. But just barely. Clears the gap this time.
And that is how quickly things... and
death for Gunlap.
Gunlap gets
I thought Jack was
going
to fall there too. Jack able to keep his lead or get his lead back.
Really shows you the nature of racing this game. Tiny mistakes can be the difference. Cause minutes of time loss. All right, Jack is just gonna go through, hope for a good Hammer Brother pattern.
Looking good so far. The bros are treating him well.
And he's in.
Although he gets a 3 on the timer, he didn't do the slowdown, so he can afford a couple fireworks here though, so it will be okay.
And Gunlap with only 1 life going into 8-3 as well.
Really wants these bros to be bros. That was close.
Jack is going for the...
Oh no!
Dies to the Paracoopa.
At this point now he can start worrying about his life count just a little bit. And he doesn't have that much of a lead in 8-4. But really either way, a death and it's over, so...
So Jack, despite the death, Jack still has an overall lead, but Gunlap is right on his heels.
Just needs to finish strong.
Oh, misses the wall jump. Careful.
Okay.
All right, gets into the pipe. Let's see if Gunlap gets the wall jump. He's 2 for 3 so far. Oh, probably not going to get it. Not even going to try.
Yep.
Jack's in the water section. Ooh. Nervy.
Good. Taking it just a little bit slow, but he can do that. It'll be okay.
Since he's small, he should probably wait after killing this Hammer Bro. He's gonna go!
Oh no! Into the
And that's
Potodoo!
exactly why!
And that is... He doesn't have the continue code.
And Gunlap is gonna wait for Bowser and finish with
Wow.
a 6-13.
Just like that.
4-0 lead.
Ripped out of his hands.
Terrible luck from Jack. A fairly rare pattern of that Potodoo, the fireball, there means it's actually impossible to clear that jump without slowing down. Doesn't happen very often, but I've seen other racers slow down intentionally when there's small Mario there, just in case that exact situation occurs.
Yeah, that was...
Very unfortunate. But Gunlap did what he needed to do, and now takes a 4-0 lead. He only needs 1 more win to move on to the next round. And the winner of this matchup will be playing I'm Dangerous 21, who is a very, very good any percent runner. He has a 457, and I believe is 19th on the rankings. He is certainly a contender to go far in this tournament, but anything can happen. in SMB1 Any Percent Racing, and whoever wins this could easily beat him as well.
Definitely, as we've seen here, anything can happen throughout these races. All right, I think we're getting going for Game 5 here. We'll see if Gunlap can take the sweep or if Jack Ringle wants to start claiming some wins of his own.
All right. If this were tennis, Gunlap would be on match point. Only needs one more race win.
We'll see what he does here. Oh, both players stumbling there. That's funny. 377, 378. Slight lead for Jack. See if it converts. Oh, he went for flagpole glitch to make up for it, but didn't quite get it. So we're going to see a lead here for Jack. Now I expect Jack to use the shell strat again for 1-2. It seemed to work pretty well for him last time.
Is a tried and true safe strat for this level.
Yep, here we go.
Goes for it. Oh, but Gunlap is the one this time who takes death to the first Koopa.
Oh man.
It's unfortunate.
Right.
As I said, it's quite precise.
So far, seen a little bit of a repeat from last race. Hopefully, Jack can keep it all the way to the end instead of 99% of the way. We'll see what he can do with this heading into 4-1. It's a little bit of a break from the difficult platforming of the other stages.
And as we saw with Gunlap last time in 4-1, things that are unlikely tend to happen in these races. So really, it is anyone's game.
Yeah, 4-1 is no snooze fest. You still have to be alert. Make sure you can get through without anything going too wrong. Both players getting through pretty swell. We'll see how the wrong warp treats them.
We've seen 4-2 cause many issues before.
Jack not opting for the mushroom this time.
But a nice and
feel-
safe 4-bump method into the warp zone.
Beautiful.
Alright, looks like Gunlap got the optimal
Wow, very good.
3-bump method. 375
Catching
on
up
the timer, I believe. If you go back and watch Darbian's old record vids from that era, that's exactly what he did. That's how good that 4-2 was.
Awesome. Oh, and a death at 8-1 for Jack. At this point,
Unfortunate.
Gunlap has now taken back the lead. He's got to hope for something to happen here.
It's one of those things where in PB runs, you would never have to deal with unusual patterns for those Koopas, but due to the safe strats, they can actually do different things. Meanwhile, Jack having no such issue as of yet in 8-1. Or, excuse me, Gunlap having no such issue.
Definitely. We'll see if he can close it out here. And he does.
Another 195 on the timer.
Did I just see
Very
another
good.
death for Jack? We did. Unfortunate. He's down to his last life going through 8-1 here. Hoping he doesn't game over again. But also he's a full stage behind Gunlap at this point.
Alright, Gunlap again going for the mushroom.
And another death for Jack.
Oh,
It's going to be a game over again.
it.
I think that is it for him.
Meanwhile, Gunlap does take a hit. We'll see. I hope. It looks like that is it. Gunlap. I'm not sure if he's gonna finish.
I believe he will.
But it looks like Jack has forfeited because his continue code is not working, so he only had those 3 lives to work with from the start. It's alright. Oh,
Gunlap going for the mushroom.
tricky
Oh
hammer
my
bros. He got the toughest pattern on that section there. And
Oh no, he falls down.
He made it through, but then he fell in the pit. All right. Not sure how many lives Gunlap has remaining. Probably still 2. His run had been pretty strong before. All right, can he react well enough to the Hammer Brothers? And he does.
Looking good for him. What's that timer run? All right.
And he's into 8-4. All he needs to do is finish this run and he moves on to the next round. Very strong showing from Gunlap, overcoming some unfortunate issues such as missing the wrong warp in 4-2 and having to game over just to get back to the start of the world.
Yeah,
Definitely an interesting race.
Yeah, for sure. We saw a lot of what can happen in these races that would never happen in PB attempts. Really shows that this is almost a different game when you're in a tournament setting like this.
Definitely. Don't let that 5-0 score fool you. This was pretty close at times.
Absolutely.
I'm not making it
Gunlap
through.
finishes up here.
Very confident looking water section, although he did slow down a bit at the end. Gonna challenge the Potaboo. Not gonna challenge Bowser. And he's in. Oh!
Oh no!
Oh my god.
I think he was trying to do. Oh, and it's a game over. Wow. I think he was trying to do the death at the same time. But the death got there just a little bit early. Oh no.
Oh man. If you hit the axe at the same time. Okay.
This is what makes me wonder now if Jack's continue code had been working, this kind of would have. Well, maybe he wouldn't have gone for that. But if his continue code had been working, I wonder if the race might have gone differently here.
So, what happened there that Gunlap was attempting, if you hit the axe, which ends the game, at the same frame as you get hit by Bowser, the dying animation happens, but you go on to the next round and you technically finish the game. It was entirely a swag strat. No other reason to go for it right there. And unfortunately, it sent him back to the start of 8-1. And I'm not sure what the GSA official rulebook says, but even though Jack has forfeited and stopped his timer, Gunlap probably does need to finish this run.
Yeah, I assume he does need to finish. If both players had a do not finish on a round, I'd assume it'd be kind of a draw, and they would end up racing again. So
yeah,
Gunlap
makes
just
sense.
needs to get through here.
Oh, well, very, very tricky situation with the Koopa and Bullet Bill there, but he makes it through with the mushroom intact. Not gonna decides not to challenge the Paracoopa, gets hit anyway.
Alright.
Tricky 8-2, and he goes into 8-3 with 2 lives remaining.
See how 8-3 treats him. Hoping he can get a sub 10 time here. That's my goal.
Probably as long as... Alright, I feel like I almost jinxed him, but as long as the Hammer Bros are okay. Safe strats in 8-4 should allow him to finish this up in under 10 minutes.
And he has 2 attempts at the end game glitch here, so...
True. Although, if I were him, I wouldn't go for it again.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Close it out.
And I said it was just a swag strat. It would be in this situation, but in warpless runs, it can set up a glitch where you have the small hitbox while being able to shoot fire flowers.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's something that I'm sure you'll see if GSA ever hosts a warpless tournament at some point in the future.
I have seen the small Fire Mario before. I didn't realize that was the glitch that caused that.
Same concept.
Interesting. Oh no, and a death from Bowser. A little bit too close to Bowser's
Oh.
claws there.
SMB1's wonky hitbox is striking again.
Bowser.
Bowser's hitbox extends into the black space in front of him for some reason.
It's a complete square.
All right, so the sub 10 dream is dead, although
Oh,
Goes
trying to
for-
cover the fast acceleration there. Oh man! Oh wow! I've not seen
playing
that
with
before.
fire. Oh my god, he must have.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken,
only-
those piranha plants don't actually have a hitbox till they're all the way extended, correct?
I believe so.
And that's why he was
That
able
was
to
what-
squeeze under there.
That was awfully close.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
All right, so he has now almost doubled his time from a couple rounds ago, but he does finish.
Okay. Gets there in time. Well,
And there we
congratulations
are.
to him.
gunlap28 moving on to the next round.
All right, we'll see if we have runners in here for post-match interview. What a race. Runners showing us every possible thing that could happen in a SMB
Pretty
180% race.
Pretty much.
All right, we do have Gunlap in the call. Gunlap, how you feeling?
I'm all right. Not too sure about that last run, but it's whatever.
Yeah, it was interesting, but
I tried to grab the axe and die on the same frame.
yeah,
So
we
I
were
would
discussing
technically
that.
finish, but you know.
Were you aware that you only had one life when you went for it?
No, actually, I did not. I was not aware, or else I wouldn't have gone for it.
Well, regardless, you move on to the next round. Congratulations.
Thank you, and thanks to Jack for competing against me.
All right, Jack, how are you feeling about that race?
To say that I've disgraced this Mario speedrun community ever would not be an overstatement, and I'll leave
Oh
it
no,
at that.
I would not put it at that. But
I would say you're the one of two people to grace GSA and for SMB1 because of the first tournament, right?
Yes.
It is.
I don't know. I just couldn't get focused. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what
I mean-
happened.
Problems.
This is a very punishing category to run in, so don't feel too bad. You said your continue code was not working. Can you elaborate on that for someone who doesn't know?
Basically, if you press A and start at the same time, you can continue from the first level of the world you died on, and if you game over, that is, instead of having to start back from world 1. So if you game over, you can just continue from world 4 or world 8, but that wasn't working for me, so I just had to wait really, or start the entire thing over, which you did see me do in the first round, but after
But
that,
what-
I mean,
were both the buttons working at all?
all the buttons were working. Is just I don't know. The continue, maybe just multiple buttons at the same time weren't working or whatever.
That's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, haven't
I
heard
don't know.
that
I'll look
happen
into
before.
it.
Definitely. Well, runners, it was a pleasure to have both of you. Skyhoppers, it was awesome doing commentary with you. Thank you for the insight and knowledge.
Yeah,
in
you
this
too.
category.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Gunlap, good luck in your future races. Skyhoppers, good luck in your race, your round 1 race, whenever it does
Thank you.
happening.
Thank you.
I think the next person I'm up against has a 457, so
He does, yes.
10,
Yeah,
10,
I
10
think
15
that's-
doesn't cut it.
Yeah, maybe try to shave just a few minutes off of that time, but
Just a few.
should be able to get there.
All right, the SMB1 tournament will be back tomorrow. We will see you all then.
All right, thanks.
Thank
It
you.
was a
Thank you very
pleasure.
much.
Yes, thanks everybody.
Goodbye.